we're back. Let's go ahead and move on to the next section, which is going to be our action bars. So just come over here on the left side, click on action bars, and you're going to see a few settings that will work for every single action bar. It goes all the way across them. Enable, of course, you want to enable your action bars. Otherwise, you won't have any. Keybind mode. This is an awesome little feature. You can actually click keybind mode. It'll pull you out of this, and it tells you right here. It shows you how to work it. It says you hover your mouse over any action button or spellbook button to bind it. Press the escape key or right key to clear the current action button's keybinds. So all you have to do, hover over, hit a button, and it binds it. Let's go back. It's keybind mode. Makes it nice for all your if you have a bunch of other action bars that you want to do keybinds. It's just a real quick, easy way to do it. Macro text. If you have macros on your action bars, you can hit macro text and it will put the names of those macros on there. You can hide those names if you uncheck it. Keybind text, that shows you down here. You got I use my number pad for my action bars, so I've got number pad 1, number pad 2, number pad 3. You could actually take those off if you want. I leave them on because with all the tunes that I have, every now and then I forget what's what. You can also change the font size of those. You can make them bigger, smaller. Pretty easy. So let's go to bar 1. Bar 1 is this bar here. This is the one that's going to have quite a bit of customization on it. Of course, you're going to want your bar 1 always. You're going to want enabled because that's your main action bar. One thing to note: whenever you're going through and you're messing with this stuff, you can always, if you screw something up, it can always be fixed. You can just come up here, hit restore bar, and it will put it back to the way it was. The anchor point bottom left, what that does is it's going to take the first button in that action bar, and that's where it's going to anchor it on the frame. So if you take and you make it a 3x4 action bar, button 1 will always be in the bottom left. Mouse over, you can click this if you want to have it hidden and only show up when you mouse over it. My main action bar, I don't do this way because a lot of times on some of my other tunes I've got procs and things, and that's where they flash up at me at. Buttons per row, you can actually make it to where you have only a few buttons. If you just want a couple things, or you just want to show your abilities to have procs, you can just put those on there. Button size, this is where you can go in, you can increase it, you can make your buttons bigger, you can make them smaller. Completely up to you how you want them. The button spacing, as you can see, it puts a little bit of padding around the buttons. Height multiplier, what this does is that's going to give you the backdrop area here. It's where you can put other action bars if you want in there and still have the backdrop area. So if you want to have 5 different action bars, you can go and you can increase this up to 5, and you've got spots here now to where you can put 5 different action bars and they're still in that backdrop. The width multiplier does the same thing except sideways, so that you could put another action bar over here on the side if you wanted to and still have that backdrop. This down here I don't mess with. I don't know a whole lot of ElvUI coding, so a lot of this stuff down here I just don't mess with it. So that's action bar 1. Bar 2, it's pretty much the exact same thing, except that it doesn't have the you don't have the backdrop as much on those. You do still have some, but if I was going to do it, I would run everything off of my action bar 1. That way everything looks nice, it looks clean, and that's what you're going for with the custom UIs, to make it look clean. Once again, you can set it to mouse over. You can enable it. Action bar 2 will pop up wherever it is. I don't think I actually use a bar 2. Bar 3. This is bar 3 here. For me, I want it to have 4 buttons per row. I want it to have a total of 12. Oh no, it's on this side. So that I have a 3x4 block. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it right down here on the side when I get done. I can actually take that and I'm going to drop the button size down just a little bit, shrink it down to where it's not quite so bulky. Bar 4 is going to be the one over here. It's got 12 buttons. See, it's got 1 button per row, so it's all in one nice little column. I'm going to change that to where it's vertical. Just drag that over to where it's at 12 instead of 1. Then later on, this action bar will be down here above my first action bar. Bar 5 is this one over here now. I'm going to run that back up to 12. And buttons per row, we're going to drop it to 4. And now I've got another 3x4. We're going to take this, we're going to drop that down to, I believe 28 was what the other one was. And that one will be coming down onto this side. Pet bar. If you have pets, it will show up over here as well. You can go through, you can adjust the same thing here with your pets' abilities and things like that. Shapeshift bar. There's this one right here. I like to have mine on mouse over because I don't need to see it all the time. I'm not constantly changing forms, so I keep mine on mouse over. I'm going to take that off for right now until I get everything moved around where I want it. And I give it a backdrop. Now I'm going to just cool down text. I don't think there is anything in here really. No, that was it. That's pretty much all there is to action bars. We'll catch you on the next one. Okay, let's move on to bags. Come over here, click on your bags button. ElvUI has a built-in bag mod. If you bring up your bags, you'll see it pops up over here on the right hand side. It's got a few buttons up here at the top. It's got one that you can vendor and delete grays from, which is awesome. You can, if you're at a vendor, you can click this and it'll vendor any gray items that you have. Or if you're in a dungeon and your bags get full, you can hold shift and click it, and it will delete all of your grays to make you some more room. It's got another button over here to sort bags, drag a couple things around. You come up here and you click this button and it sorts everything for you. The other button, the last button over here, toggles your bags so where you can actually see the bags. You can hover over it and see what's in each bag. You can also replace your bags. If you get a bigger bag or something like that, you can do that here. It also has a bank bag mod. The bank or your personal bank pops up over here on the left. It has a stack items button as well. If you have split stacks, it'll stack them all up. It's got another sort bag button so that if you have stuff all over the place, you click it and it sorts it for you. And you can also toggle the bags on this one as well. Also, if you don't have all of your bags yet, there's a little purchase button here to where you can purchase your next bag slot for your bank. It also skins the guild bank to where it makes it nice and pretty with the rest of your UI. Let's go ahead and close that. Alright, you can go in and you can change several things in your bags. If you run a secondary bag add-on, you can come in here and you can disable the ElvUI bag mod to where you can run your secondary bag. If you don't do this, it will pop both of them up at the same time whenever you open your bags. So if you do run a second one, make sure you come in here and disable this. You can also enable a bag bar. You have to reload in order to be able to do this. It normally pops it up right here next to your left chat frame. Okay, you can come down here, you can change the number of bag columns that you have to make it however you want. Let me get that back to where, there we go, that looks alright. Actually I want to go with 10. You can change the number of columns that it has. You can sort your orientation where it stacks everything. You can go bottom to top, come over here and sort items, and it will sort from the top down. It's all personal preference. You can move where it pops up with your X and Y offset. You can drag it, move it where you want it to pop up whenever you open your bags, both up and down and left and right. If you have your bag bar enabled, you can also come in here and change some things on that as well, as far as your size, your spacing. You can put a backdrop on it, kind of like your action bars work. And then that's pretty much all there is to the bag section. Let's go down to chat. Now, on this one right here, you can enable and disable your chat through the UI. URL links. What this does is it will, if you have somebody put in a website or a web link, it will pull it up like this right here to where you can click on it. It brings it down here, and you can Control-C to copy it. You can set short channels, shortens the names to where you have like just a 2 here, or for guild it'll bring up just a G. It's kind of nice. Hyperlink hover, whenever you go over here, it will bring up the items. If you uncheck it, you have to actually click the item in order to see it. I like it that way with it on, so that I can just scroll over and trade chat if somebody's selling something that I might be interested in buying. Sticky chat. This is awesome. What this does is, if you are typing in, say if you're a guild officer and you want to type in officer chat, it'll put, you type it once and you go to officer chat, but whenever you hit the enter button again to bring your chat back up, it keeps you in that chat until you actually go in and change it. Scroll interval, number of time in seconds to scroll down. What this does is, if you scroll up in chat, you'll notice after, what I have it set here at 15 seconds, it will automatically scroll it back down to the bottom, so you don't ever have to worry about you've been scrolled up for too long and you missed something in chat. So you see, there it goes, it just scrolled back down to the bottom. Spam interval. This is awesome as well. You can, this prevents the same message from displaying in chat more than once within a set amount of seconds. You can set it to 0 to disable it, so that annoying guild chat or that guy in trade chat that's spamming the same thing over and over again, this will only let the same thing show up every 45 seconds, or to whatever it is that you want. Here is where you can set your chat fonts. You can go in, you can change your chat fonts to whatever you want. You can, if you have other fonts installed on your computer, it should pull them up in here as well. You can also set outlines. They have different ones in here that you can set for it. You can set no outlines. A few different options for you to be able to choose from. And that's all there is for chat. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. And after this, we're going to move into class timers.